Hello gentle friends, my name is Gina Dominique and I hope that you're having an absolutely wonderful day so far. If you've seen my recent videos, then you know that my husband and I recently spent 5 weeks in Spain. We were primarily going to visit his parents, but we also traveled around a little bit, saw some friends in Manchester, and just all around had an absolutely incredible trip. While we were traveling, I did quite a bit of shopping, and that's for a couple reasons. First of all, I will admit I did not pack perfectly well for the weather. I thought I did at the time, but I will say that living in Southern California and packing when it's hot, trying to pack for cold and also carry-on only, it was a new experience and I didn't get it perfectly correct. So part of it was due to just needing warmer clothes than I had packed. Part of it was also due to the fact that I have lost a bunch of weight in the last year and I'm slowly replacing my wardrobe. So during the summer, I kind of cycled out shorts and skirts and things for new ones that fit. And now that we are moving into the fall, I needed to do the same thing. So I actually did need quite a few warmer weather pieces that fit me now. And finally, I'm just gonna be totally honest and transparent about this one, even though it feels kind of silly. In the past, when we have traveled to Spain, it has been difficult for me to find clothes that fit, not just my size when I was size 14, 16, but also proportionally. And so I just got so excited to have all of these options suddenly available to me that I went a little more crazy than I would otherwise have gone. So without further ado, that's enough chit chat for me. Let me show you what I got. First, I want to show you a couple of accessories that were bought for me that I absolutely love. The first one is this claw clip that my husband got me, and he has a knack for buying things for me just when we're out together right under my nose and I never see them or register that he's doing that. And this was one such item. So it's so cute. We were there obviously around Halloween, so there's little bats and ghosts and little pumpkins and leaves, and the GoPro doesn't focus great super close up, but I'll try to give you like an idea of what it looks like this way. And this came in so handy for keeping my hair out of my face, just an easy, like not having to fumble and twist a hair tie and stuff, just kind of throw my hair up in this when we were walking around town, and it's just so friggin' cute. I absolutely love it. Next to these adorable little ghost earrings that my mother-in-law got for me, and I love the little like bejeweled fringe action, just how sparkly it is and the movement. I think they're so cute and so fun, and I also think they look really cool with my hair. The very first thing that I bought were these Puma sweatpants from Decathlon. They have the little Puma logo on the leg, pockets on the sides, not on the back, and they have a drawstring on the inside, or I guess you could fold the waistband over and then it would be on the outside. And the bottoms are just little like elastic jogger style. The real draw to these though is that the material is so thick and nice, and the inside is incredibly soft and fleecy and warm. And I resisted bringing something like this with me because I didn't want to take up all of that room in my carry-on only bag. And I thought I could make do with my tights. If you watched the video where I showed everything that I packed, I talked about just bringing my tights to be sort of that turn your shorts into pants thing. But what I didn't really think about when I thought about living in Philadelphia, wearing my tights under dresses all the time and that being enough, was that was when I was out. That was fine when I was going to work or walking around town, things like that. But when I was at home, I wasn't wearing my tights under dresses and skirts. I was wearing sweats, my pajama pants, waffle pants, things like that. So when I am at home and I just want to be cozy on the couch with a book, which we did quite a bit of at my husband's parents' house, I want to be wearing something like this. So that is why this was the absolute first essential purchase that I made. I also got this hoodie at Decathlon, and along the same line, I was thinking I'll be fine in this lightweight hoodie that folds and packs down really nicely, but the reality of the situation is what I really crave and prefer and need when I'm actually very, very cold is a nice, thick, fleecy interior hoodie. I'll try to show you the inside. Very thick and warm, fleecy material. And I really resisted buying a hoodie because I have so many at home, and I kept kind of beating myself up saying you could have so easily brought one that you already had. Don't waste your money on a new one, things like that. But I had a need for it while we were there. It was on sale, and it is a little bit different from anything else that I own because it has these zippered pockets. I am a sucker for a zip pocket. It is my favorite thing ever. They also have these little tabs that are sort of rubbery, and just, I'm such a tactile person. I really loved the little zippers with the little pull tabs. So I fell in love with this hoodie, and I knew it would be something that I would still wear at home. Even though I have other hoodies, I knew I'd still reach for this one. And it ended up being just exactly what I wanted. Again, at home, curled up on the couch, but also when we'd go run out and run errands, go to the grocery store, go to town for things, having this was very, very nice. And for me and what I reach for when I want to be comfy, necessary. Another pair of Decathlon sweatpants, and these I honestly love even more than the Puma ones because they are higher waisted. They also have the drawstring, but they have zippered pockets, and they also have the jogger style little stretchy bottoms. But these ones are just a tiny bit lighter, so I will be able to get more wear out of them back home here in Southern California. Not clothing, but also from Decathlon, I got these microfiber towels. They're looking a little washed out in this light, but this one's a really pretty vibrant orange. This one is lavender, and I just thought that these were so cool. This one's the extra large, this one's the large, and they both have these elastic pieces around them so they stay nice and orderly when they are folded. You can also hang them up by those when they're wet to help them dry, and I just foresee getting a lot of use out of these in different situations. The first store that my mother-in-law and I went to is called Stradivarius, and it's kind of like H&M, Forever 21, like trendy but also basics. And I got a few things there, starting with this long-sleeved shirt that my mother-in-law actually ended up buying for me because I tried it on and I liked it, but I wasn't going to buy it because I tend to not wear long-sleeved shirts. And she just said that it looked really good. The color looked so good on me, and she wanted to buy it for me to make sure that I got it. And I'm so grateful that she did because I got so much wear out of it already. Even being home, I'm still getting a lot of wear out of it. I love the square neckline, and it's just super soft, and I really like the color with my hair. I also got this sweater from Stradivarius. It says coffee time, and I'm usually not the biggest fan of words and like kind of cutesy phrases like that on clothes. However, it looked really good on, I feel, and it was so freaking cold when I was buying this sweater. It was the first day of that generational storm. We walked out of the store and it was absolutely pouring, and I just really felt like I needed something comfy, cozy, warm, and cuddly right away. So that did influence my decision a little bit, but I've already gotten a lot of wear out of this. Last Stradivarius item is this leopard scarf. We've been calling it the blanket scarf because it is so very blanket-like. And when I first got it, I saw it on the mannequin and I just grabbed it. I didn't see it anywhere else. I looked around and I was like, I must have it. So I got this big, cuddly, cozy scarf. Also, I noticed a lot of leopard in stores. I think leopard must just be very in right now. I don't really keep on top of trends, even though I like fashion and clothes. I just buy what I like, and I shop mostly by feel. So this is so incredibly soft and cuddly and cozy, again, influenced by what the weather currently was when I was shopping. This got everywhere. The fiber stuff, it's gotten much better since I washed it, but before the first wash, and I was scared to wash it at my mother-in-law's house because I was afraid it would get stuck in her washing machine and get all over everything that she washed until the end of time. So I just kind of worked with it and tried to not like hug anyone while I was wearing it or get it on anyone else's clothes, at least contain the disastery and chaos. But even so, I I'm obsessed. It is so soft and so cuddly cozy. I don't know how much wear I will get out of it in Southern California, but definitely whenever I travel, because this was a lifesaver on the plane, how cold it was. I just took it and fully put it in what I refer to as blanket mode, like this, and like just had it over me like that because it was so cold on the plane. So, star of the trip, but did get black and brown little fuzzies all over everything. Bit of a trade-off. Pros and cons. Next store, and probably my favorite store, is Mango. Now, I know that there are Mangos in the United States and also in England, but they have different things at the different stores. And also, I've realized that Mango is cheaper in Spain, even when you do the dollar to euro conversion. So I got very, very excited in Mango when I discovered that they had pants that were both high-waisted and long enough for my long legs. So I grabbed these kind of dark gray, some might say black jeans, but when I compare them to the next pair that I got, you'll see why I say that these are dark gray. And they have a unfinished raw hem situation at the bottom. I felt like they were a little bit just cool, kind of had an edgier rock and roll feel to them that's different from other things that I have in my wardrobe. And I could have a lot of fun with these. So I actually wore these most days, honestly, on cooler days, and they are super comfortable. I have also noticed though that if you're going to get Mango jeans, know that they stretch out quite a bit as you are wearing them. So I had my phone in my back pocket of these, and when I first started wearing them during the day, I could feel my phone like pressed against my butt, so I knew it was there. And then throughout the day, as they loosened up, suddenly I couldn't feel my phone anymore, and I freaked out because I thought I dropped it, and my friend who I was with freaked out because I freaked out. It was still there. I just couldn't feel it anymore. So just something to keep in mind, to be aware of if you are in the market for some super stretchy, comfy pants. I also got these black jeans from Mango. They're a tiny bit higher waisted, a tiny bit longer, and they have the finished hem, if that is important to you. Let's see how the lighting, yeah, you can tell. So these are the dark gray raw hem ones, then these are the black, true black ones. And I think it's always good to have a pair of black jeans, black pants that fit you. Like I would wear these to work events, conferences. You can do like a kind of nicer dinner in them. I think you just get a lot of mileage out of a pair of black pants like this. So I knew that this was going to be a staple piece in my wardrobe, and I'm really glad that I was able to find these. Last pair of Mango jeans that I picked up are these, and they are skinny jeans. Yes, my millennial is showing. It is on full display with these, but they are so stretchy and so soft and comfy. I also wore these around quite a bit and have worn them since I've been home. I love these so much. Gen Z, don't come for me. I'm always going to love my high-waisted skinny jeans. You can hate them. That's fine. That's a reasonable response. I'm still gonna wear them because I like what I like. Final Mango piece is this sweater, and it is this really thick, cozy knit. It also has these slits on the sides with this little tie, and I just thought that that was such a cool detail, and it makes it hang and drape really, really nicely on the body. When I'm shopping with my mom and she's trying to help me decide whether or not to buy something, she'll say, it's not special, it's nothing special, there's nothing special about it. And while there's definitely room for basics in any wardrobe, I do like when there is something a little special, different, noteworthy about a piece. So I love that this is pretty plain. Like you could dress it up, you could dress it down a little bit, wear it with a lot of different colors and patterns and things like that. It's a beautiful warm ivory color all the way around, but it does just have this one little cute thing that makes it that much extra special. I don't know how much wear I will get out of it now that I'm back in Southern California and it's still very warm, but mark my words, anytime that it is cool enough to reach for this, I will, because I love this so much. Small, simple, underrated piece is this little knit beanie from Aleop, and it has just like a little kind of fake leather detail right there. This, okay, my dad always said that you lose the most heat through your head, and that is absolutely true. Like the difference between being freezing and being comfortable for me often comes down to a hat. I considered bringing one with me. That's kind of why I'm also kicking myself, because I almost packed a beanie and then I just went, you won't need that. It's not gonna be cold enough. But it absolutely was. And this one was just a cheap little quick purchase, but did such a nice job of keeping my head toasty warm. I almost forgot, I got this leopard print purse strap from Alliop as well. It is adjustable and it has just these little clips on the end, so you can clip it to any bag that you have. And I picked this up because the purse strap that I brought with me that was adjustable so that I could wear my bag crossbody was just very thin, and it was digging into my shoulder and it was not very comfortable, especially the more and more stuff that I ended up stuffing in my purse throughout the day. If I was carrying my water bottle and my husband's water bottle, it was a lot. So I picked up this strap because it's very soft material. It's also nice and thick this direction and nice and wide. So this was a lifesaver, and I love that I can just transfer it from purse to purse and use it on lots of different. My grand plan for Manchester in the fall was to wear a long sleeve shirt, then my Lululemon hoodie that's not even thick and warm and fleecy on the inside because it's more of an athletic material, and then a flannel over that. My mother-in-law was very concerned to hear this, rightfully so, and she encouraged me to use an actual coat. So I did in fact find this one at the market in Vinaròs for €6. Got it secondhand. This is the brand QS, designed by QS, something like that. And I love it. It actually is so pretty. I love the color. It's got, kind of hard to tell, but it's got a really nice shape to it. And of course it has my beloved zippered pockets. It also has this zipper along the collar, and that unzips. And then it has a hood folded up in there. It won't keep your head particularly warm. It's a really thin hood, but it will protect you from the rain. And if you have hair like this that will dye all over your body if it gets wet, that is a very handy thing to have. It also has these little elastics in the hood so that you can tighten it around your face. And I did use those to adjust it. It worked beautifully. I love this coat. Another very cool thing about it, and the fact that it has zip pockets and a zip collar, is that if you overshop and need some additional room in your luggage, but you're traveling carry-on only, you want to avoid those baggage fees, something like this becomes like a third piece of luggage. Now, your mileage may vary. I'm not recommending that you plan to do something like this, but if you're in a bind, it becomes a very useful thing to have. So I did end up sticking a bunch of little things in the pockets, and I rolled up my white long sleeve collared shirt and stuck that in the collar of this. And this truly came in clutch for me, both in terms of keeping me warm and cozy and in terms of being able to bring everything I brought with me / all of my purchases back home. So this coat is the absolute star of the show. I love it so, so much. For only €6, incredible. Do not sleep on the markets. Do not sleep on secondhand. Now, I will say, not everything is going to be in perfect condition. Do check back. This has, so you can see some little buttons. It came with a fluff, according to the washing directions, which tell you to remove the fluff before you wash it. I didn't care about that because I would probably have just taken the fluff off anyway for aesthetic reasons, but do, when you're buying secondhand things, check if there's holes in the pockets or staining, things like that, or missing pieces like this. In my case, I just got super lucky finding this, but that stand honestly had a lot of great coats. So if you're in the market but you don't want to spend a ton of money, I would say check out thrift stores, markets, things like that first, and try your luck. Can't hurt. That I have always wanted to buy in Spain is a t-shirt or a sweatshirt with something in Spanish on it. And ideally something cute and not just some cheap tourist haha funny t-shirt, you know what I'm talking about, and when you're walking along the boardwalk or something and they have those joke t-shirts. I'd seen things like that, but I wanted something cute and stylish that also happened to have Spanish words on it. because I do speak some Spanish and I'm learning all the time. I think it's such a beautiful language, and I really wanted to just have a memento from Spain in Spanish. So in Madrid, I found this, actually my husband found it. It was a store called Dear Tea, and it has just so many options and such cute things. So I ended up getting a t-shirt and a sweatshirt. I got this t-shirt. It says Linda Locura, which is like beautiful madness. And it's got this cute little like lollipop. I remember eating these heart-shaped lollipops as a kid, so I just thought this was so incredibly special. I feel like those words describe my life, maybe describe your life, probably describe a lot of people's lives, to be honest. But I really love this shirt. It's super soft too, and I thought the collar was really cute. So I was so excited to find this. And I also got a sweatshirt, warning for language. It says, no me fucking importa, which is basically, I don't fucking care, which honestly, when I'm traveling is so true. Like if I'm with a bunch of people somewhere and they're all trying to decide where to eat or what to do, and there's, you know, people have a lot of opinions, I don't fucking care. I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to follow you, do what you want to do. I'm having a blast. I'm bopping, I'm chilling, having a good time. So this just felt super duper apt. I love that it's a lightweight material. It's like very soft, but it's a terry cloth kind of thing on the inside instead of a fuzzy fleecy. So I will get a ton of wear out of this in California. I thought it was also kind of funny, like that it says fucking in English, but like it's Spanish. I don't know, the whole package just made me fall so in love with this, and I'm going to get so much wear out of it. Here, traveling, just, I can see this becoming like the thing that I reach for the absolute most in my wardrobe. This next one has a little bit of a story in that we flew out of the Barcelona airport twice. The first time en route to Lisbon with my husband's parents, and then the second time when we went back to San Diego. And I saw this book in a bookstore and the cover hooked me right away. And I told myself, okay, if by the end of the trip you can read the back of the book and understand what the story is about without needing Google Translate or looking up any words, you can buy the book. This is the book. So basically the story is like these aliens come to Earth and take over to harvest the resources, but whoever wins their like level challenges gets to keep the planet resources. It's very Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, which is my absolute favorite book of all time. Like it gave me strong Hitchhiker's Guide vibes. So I'm so excited to be working my way through this book slowly. There are obviously quite a few words and phrases that I have not learned yet that are appearing in this book, but I feel like my language skills improved a lot as a kid through reading. My dad reading to me just reading novels and looking words up in the dictionary as I went. And so same concept, just on, I guess, a grander scale with this guy, and I'm very excited to read this book. We have made it to my final and favorite purchase. This is something that I got in Lisbon, and it is this denim jacket by the brand John F.G. And I got this in a secondhand store, and it had these two patches on it, Death by Pizza and We Will Rock You. And I figured if I'm going to get something in a foreign country, how cool would it be to get it secondhand and something that someone so clearly loved and put all of this effort into to sew these patches onto. And I've been wanting a denim jacket to sew patches onto for such a long time, but I always then get in my head like I want the patches to be cohesive, not necessarily a theme, but to go together. Where do I put them? Should I even put them on this particular jacket, or do I prefer this one plain? Like I get way too in my head about it. So this one was started for me with the patches, and also the fact that I'm not like the best sewer ever. So I'm worried that patches will be crooked and imperfectly placed and things like that. But this one, if you can tell, it's like already a little bit crooked and imperfect. So this was the perfect piece to just get me out of my head and actually do the darn thing. So I got this beautiful patch, High Tech Low Life, in Barcelona, and the artist is actually, I think, New York based and has lots of cool patches and pieces of art like this, but this one just drew me in the most. And I got this 33 in Valencia. My dad's lucky number was 3. My lucky number is 3, just like him. So a 3 and a 3, one for him, one for me. I just felt like finding that, and it was €1 at like this little indie music store thing. So I felt like finding that was such a special, meaningful find. I wasn't worried about putting them on perfectly, just making sure that I put them on well enough that they stay on. I've already like broken this in. If you can see, it's like pink from my hair dye on the collar. And right after I bought this, I was like, this was not a smart purchase for a carry-on only travel adventure, because denim does not fold down great. And so I knew that I would have to wear this on the plane. I was kind of kicking myself a little bit, like, you've already bought sweaters, like this is gonna be such a bulky thing. Are you sure about this? But what I didn't factor in was this has some amazing pockets. Okay, on the inside, like there's this big one right here and then a slightly smaller one behind it. So again, this was like another piece of luggage. I had my wallet in this pocket. I had some Smints, which are some amazing mints if you've never met them, but some Smints in this pocket. And then the inside pockets, I had this hat folded up into one of them. I had a set of pajamas folded up into the other big pocket. I had my folding hairbrush in one and my mini deodorant in the other, because I wanted to be entirely packed up the night before, but then I knew I'd need my deodorant and my hairbrush in the morning, so I left those out. And then instead of having to jam them into some luggage the next day, I was able to just drop them in the pockets and then wear this. So honestly, this is, I would say, fantastic for travel. It's so comfortable, it's so soft, like the denim is completely broken in. Whoever had this and loved this previously, like, thank you for letting it go so that it could find me, because this is like one of those pieces that I feel like I'm gonna have until it completely disintegrates. Hopefully I will have it forever, but you know, with how much I'm planning to wear this, it might end up disintegrating. We'll see, but it does feel incredibly well made. These are clearly on there super well. I mean, I can't imagine the person who used to own this finding this video, but if by some miracle, it is the internet, miracles happen. So if by some miracle you do find this video, thank you from the bottom of my heart, because this is my absolute new favorite piece of clothing that I own. No exaggeration. I have been wearing this nonstop, even though it is so hot right now. Like, it's probably in mid-70s today, mid-December, mid-70s. I promise, I'm not exaggerating. California is wild right now, but I have still been wearing this in spite of that, because I just love it that much. So thank you for your amazing jacket. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, gentle friends.